Hello everybody, welcome back to a new post today, and I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. So today let's speak about the NITI Ayog Governing Council meeting, and it's a very apt time that it's coming about. So we have the 8th Governing Council meeting of the NITI Ayog just before we are going to celebrate the 75th anniversary of India's independence, and the Government of India has various aims with regard to the Amrit Kal period, that is from here to the 100th year of independence up to 2047. India now wants to become a developed nation by 2047, and it has certain roadmaps for this. Now, to draw the particular priorities and the vision document for 2047, which the Prime Minister has earlier spoken about, there is the 8th Governing Council meeting of the NITI Aayog to chalk out the roadmap for this. Also, it is just not the first time that the government has been speaking about making India a developed country by 2047. In the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also made vocal this goal during a speech from the Red Fort on the Independence Day last year, and also the Finance Minister has spoken up. This year we had the very first budget for Amrit Kal, actually laying the foundation roadmap to what India should be doing in this next 25 years so that it can achieve the aim of being a developed nation by 2047. Let's have a quick review of all these details, because this is going to be really helpful for you to understand the vision document of 2047, that is India at 2047 during its 100th year of independence. What are the goals of the government, and what are the roadmap, what are the priorities, what are the objectives that the government really wants to achieve when it becomes a developed country by 2047. So the NITI Ayog Governing Council meeting is being held to chalk out with the theme of Viksit Bharat at 2047, and it has the team is the NITI Ayog along with the state chief ministers and the union territories, etc., various administrators, various ministries and departments of the center and the state. Now this meeting is being held at Delhi, and this meeting is mainly being held to chalk out the roadmap and also to identify the priorities for India to be a developed nation by 2047. Now, as the world's 5th largest economy and the most populous nation, India is on the stage of its economic development trajectory already. Various international organizations have addressed India as the green spot and the bright spot in the already troubled world economy because of the COVID pandemic and also the Russia-Ukraine war. So many countries are already undergoing recession, many stagflation, running inflation, and also many countries are waiting for the debt restructuring from international organizations like IMF, our very own neighbors being Pakistan and Sri Lanka. But India has been on a growth trajectory since the pandemic has been over. And so with this motivation to achieve further accelerated growth in the next 25 years, now this Governing Council meeting of NITI Ayog is being held in Delhi under the theme of Viksit Bharat, that is by 2047. And it is in this context that the 8th Governing Council meeting is providing an opportunity for the Government of India as well as the states to lay a roadmap for Viksit Bharat by 2047. So 8 prominent themes will be discussed during this meeting. Number 1 is Viksit Bharat at 2047. Thrust on MSMEs, because they are the growth engines of the manufacturing sector and play a most important role with regard to exports and also production in the country. Infrastructure and investment, that is the third theme, and the fourth one is minimizing compliances. 5th is women empowerment, 6th is health and nutrition, 7th is skill development, and the 8th is Gati Shakti for area development and social infrastructure. The meeting will see the participation of the chief ministers, lieutenant governors of the states and the union territories, union ministers as ex officio, members of the NITI Aayog, Vice Chairman and members of the NITI Aayog, and as a chairman we will also be having Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairing the NITI Aayog 8th Governing Council meeting. Now 2047 India would become a developed country, and this is what the Government of India aims at, with a GDP of $32 trillion. By 2027 India had the objective of becoming a $5 trillion economy and becoming the 3rd largest in the world. Now the center has already started to work on a blueprint for India at 2047, a vision plan for a future-ready India, and that benefits the 100th year of independence. Now, Prime Minister's office and also the Cabinet Secretary had assigned, let me tell you, 10 sectorial group of secretaries to carry on work in this area. The focus of the attention now is on Panch Pran for the next 25 years. So the Panch Pran for Amrit Kal has 5 important goals. They are the goal of developed India, that is the Viksit Bharat at 2047 being a part of it, to remove any trace of colonial mindsets. We have seen recently Government of India naming many islands in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, changing the sign which is used in the Navy, Indian Navy also, which was being used from the British arena, from the British times, naming of islands after the Paramveer Chakra awardees. The third one is taking pride in the roots, and the fourth is unity, and the fifth is sense of duty among the citizens. So these are the Panch Pran. Let me just repeat once again. The goal of developed India, number 1. Number 2, to remove the trace of any colonial mindset. Number 3 is take pride in the roots. Number 4 is unity, and number 5 is sense of duty among the citizens. Now, the Union Budget 2023 and 24 was the first very budget of the Amrit Kal period. Amrit Kal period is the period from the 75th year of independence up to the 100th year of independence of India. And it was placed just this year in 2023 February. It reflected, it wanted the goal to achieve the goal of an empowered and an inclusive economy. The finance minister said that they envision a prosperous, inclusive India in which the fruits of development reach all the regions and the citizens, especially the youth, women, farmers, OBCs, SCs and the STs as well. And therefore, the government's vision for Amrit Kal, that is this 25 years up to the 100th year of India's independence, is technology-driven and knowledge-based economy with strong public finances and robust financial sector. And to achieve this, the government has made it very vocal. Jan Bhagidari through Sabka Saath and Sabka Prayas is very important and essential. So people's participation is going to do the magic. Now, the economic agenda for achieving this vision would focus on 3 priorities. That is facilitating ample opportunities for the citizens, especially the youth, to fulfill their aspirations, providing strong impetus to growth and job creation, and 3 is strengthening the macroeconomic stability. To service these focus areas, that is up to India's 100th year of independence, this year the budget identified 4 transformative opportunities, and they are economic empowerment and of women through self-help groups, PM Vishwakarma Kaushal Samman, that is to help the artisans who are called as the Vishwakarmas, tourism promotion in a mission mode. Government is counting on tourism sector for immense growth of the economy, and the last one is green growth, that is reducing the carbon footprint. Government also announced the Saptarishi, or the 7 guiding priorities of the government with the very first budget of the Amrit Kal, so that it can guide the government's actions through this 25 years. So let's look at quickly what are the elements of the Saptarishi which was spelled in the first budget of the Amrit Kal. Number 1 is inclusive development. Number 2 is reaching the last mile. Number 3 is infrastructure and investment. Number 4 is unleashing the potential. Number 5 is green growth. Number 6 is youth power, and number 7 is financial sector. So the basis has already been laid, the foundation has already been laid for the Amrit Kal or the Viksit Bharat, and to achieve the goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047. The Panch Pran and also the Saptarishi priorities specify it in brief. However, the 8th Governing Council meeting of NITI Aayog will lay a full-fledged roadmap to be achieved for India to be a developed nation by 2047. I hope this information was really helpful to you all to lay the foundation of what exactly the government aims to do in these 25 years and how the government really wants to achieve the goal of being a developed country by 2047. If you did like, please do like, share, subscribe and follow me, and I shall see you in my next post. Until then, it's very happy learning.